Welcome back to Heaven's Kitchen. We are your masked Dominican chefs. I'm Kathleen Folan, the Director of Family and Youth Ministries.
And I'm Brother Michael James, the Director of Lima Center and Community Outreach. We're so happy to have you back with us today. Today, we are making puff pastry purses for Spy Wednesday, which would be significant of the purse or money pouch that Judas received for betraying Jesus. So we'll talk about that story a little bit as we're going along. But first, let's tell you what we need. You're going to need puff pastry dough, and you can get this obviously at the grocery store. It usually comes frozen, so you're going to want to let it thaw overnight in the refrigerator, and then just pull it out before you're ready to begin. We're going to fill these today with peanut butter and bananas. The bananas like little coin shaped for the pieces of silver in the coin purse. And then we need just a little bit of egg wash to put these together.
Yes.
So we did a little prep already. Kathy, you want to tell them what you did?
Yeah, so this is already defrosted overnight, and then we put them on these nice silk mats, and we rolled out the dough to make it a little bigger and a little flatter and better to work with.
Right.
And we're going to flour underneath.
Yeah, so put a little bit of flour on the mat before you start, just so it doesn't stick. And like Kathy said, we already rolled these out. So now we're going to cut them out. And you can actually do this two ways. One is to do it in a square, which we'll show you. But you can also do it in a circle and then bring it up around the filling as well. So we're going to show you both options, and then you can decide which one you like. While you're doing this, go ahead and preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And we've already got that going, so that when we're ready to put these on the pan and stick them in the oven, they'll be all ready to go. Okay.
Okay, Brother Michael James, I'm going to make squares for you.
Okay,
is that good?
perfect.
And then you can start turning them into circles, but we need to make sure the squares are big enough.
Right. So if you have your puff pastry dough, we divided it into two pieces and then rolled it out. So we got about 8 squares or 8 circles. And again, it depends on what you're doing. Do maybe about 3 or 4 inches wide, and that will give you enough space so that everything cooks on the inside. We're just going to put a little bit of peanut butter in each piece, here in the middle, about a teaspoon or a teaspoon and a half. And you don't have to use peanut butter. If you want, you can use almond butter or Nutella or cashew butter. But make sure that whatever you're using is a little thick. It doesn't have to be too thick, but you don't want it too thin either. Otherwise, things that have a lot of oil, like almond butter, will spread out too much as you're going. Okay, so we've got some peanut butter here. And then we'll just put a few pieces of banana. And maybe we can do 3, each one symbolic of 10 pieces of silver. And then we're going to put a little egg wash around the outside edge. And this just makes it easier for it to stick. Okay, so we have our first one here. And we're just going to bring the edges up together. Sticking a little bit to the pat, that's okay. Bring it up. Bring up the other side. Bring up the other corner. As you do this, make sure all your pieces come together up in the center. You're just going to twist it a little bit.
Ooh, very nice.
So it looks like a little purse or pouch.
So let's try this. Could you
Okay.
pass me the peanut butter,
Here's the
please?
peanut butter.
Thank you.
Great. And while you're getting those ready, I'm going to share a little bit with you about the purses that we've made here have to do with Spy Wednesday. So Spy Wednesday is the Wednesday of Holy Week. And on that Wednesday, the reading we hear is from the Gospel when Judas goes to the chief priests and exchanges Jesus' life for 30 pieces of silver.
I think I'm not going to put 3 in.
Okay. Oh, yours isn't quite as big.
It's not as big.
That's okay. So, again, it doesn't matter if you put 3 or 2 or You can use different fillings. Again, you don't have to use peanut butter and bananas. You can use
cream cheese
and raspberries. Yeah, you can fill it with all kinds of different things. If you want to do something vegetarian, you could maybe do some spinach and mushrooms. I wonder how the spinach and palm dip that we used, how that would taste in the middle. That would be really interesting.
That would be really good. So, okay, do you remember I told you last time perfection is the enemy of done? So
yes.
This one's done.
Okay.
It is not beautiful.
That's okay. Yeah. So, as Judas betrays Jesus for the 30 pieces of silver, that's the reading we hear on that Wednesday of Holy Week. So that's basically what we're making here. So whether you make these for lunch or a snack, it could be something that you and your family reflect on that day, the story of Judas's betrayal of Jesus. All right, so Kathy is doing something really neat here. She's taking some of the excess pieces from around the circle, and she's making it into just a little kind of string to put around the edge.
It's kind of hard, I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
It kind of wants to rip apart, but I think it looks cute.
Yeah.
Like you're tying the bag closed.
So it depends on how creative you want to be, how much you want to do for it. Now, have you been using the egg wash over there? Oh, okay. So if you use the egg wash on the inside, it makes it a little easier for it to stick together. But if you don't do that, that's okay. You do definitely need it on the outside. That's what helps it to brown and puff up a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to finish this one here. And then Kathy's going to finish that one over there. And then I think we're going to stick these on the pan and get them in the oven. So this, again, is a super easy recipe. Don't feel like you have to be perfect. Perfect is the enemy of done. So just work so that it comes out as something you can be happy with. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just be creative. Okay.
Do you know who would really like this flavor of purse?
Oh, no, I don't.
Elvis Presley. I think his favorite sandwich was peanut butter and banana.
That's right. Elvis really liked that. Okay, let's bring our baking sheet over and put it here in the middle so you can see. I'm actually going to, let's put the egg wash on these first and then put them onto the pan. So, and this pan is a really good pan, so we don't have to worry about sticking. But if you're not sure about your pan, you can always put down, again, a silicone mat, or you can put down some parchment paper that will make sure and give you an easy surface to remove these from. Okay, so I think these look good.
Gorgeous.
Okay, so, and again, as many as you have, we're going to put this in right now, but you could put in more. Do you want to open the oven for me, Kathy? So we have our rack in the middle, and we're going to stick this in. Again, it's been preheating. It's at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going to bake for about 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. Again, you're going to want to let it go 12 to 15. It depends a little bit on how hot your oven runs. If you don't have a window, it's a little harder to tell. But if you can take a peek inside and just see if your puff pastry has browned on the top, and if it looks puffed up, then we hope that it's done. So let's take a look.
We're ready to take out our Spy Wednesday purses. Beautiful, and they definitely puffed up.
So thanks for joining us again for another episode of Heaven's Kitchen. And we will be back next week with another episode, and we're going to be making, well, it's a surprise. You'll see. Join us next time. Bye.
See you next time.